All right, y'all. So let's get into it because things are really crazy. And it seems like Gypsy is really tripping out right now. For starters, before we even get into that, let's talk about the fact that it came out that Jen and the whole billboard was a scam. Obviously, we knew. At least I told you guys, so I think most of y'all knew. But the fact that it came out and it was unraveling like a thread on some panties, child. All right, so now Gypsy has been a little unhinged. Actually, I would say she's probably crashing out. So as you know, Gypsy did blown beauty art. Child. She changed all her social media handles that were Gypsy Rose Blanchard or whatever to blown beauty art. I knew it was going to mess up the algorithm for all of the accounts because the algorithm does not favor you switching your account to something else when you've built a following on something totally different. So I had a feeling that was going to happen. However, I think her initial reaction, or initially what she was trying to do, was to really truly sell art because of what's happening with the Lifetime series. And I think now she can no longer make money off that, and she's really trying to figure out how to survive. Let's face it, Gypsy's not going to go get a job. We all know that. But she's posting a few things that I think is very interesting, so let's check it out. I am private other than my art. Y'all have no clue what's going on in my life, and I love it. Now, if you ask me, that tells me that something is actually really going on, because she tries to act like she wants to be private, but she is not able to. Gypsy is not that type of person. So her saying, and I love it, girl, if you loved it so much, you wouldn't be on here telling us about it, because why would you care? Audrey on TikTok posted this, and I wanted you guys to see this. So she was saying she spent about $500 on her supplies, which I think is ironic because isn't that what she said she spent on her hair? And she was like, these people aren't just getting some Dollar General brand. And so she's also talking about like she's getting premium canvases, shipping boxes, tape. I cover the shipping costs. Now, do y'all remember it said plus shipping on her Facebook? Okay, I just would like to mention that. So she's saying it's expensive, blah, 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 blah. But let's be honest. Girl, what you're doing is not real art. So the fact that you're trying to charge $100 plus or $60 plus, like, that's kind of crazy. And, she's talking about buying formula and this, that, and the third. First of all, Buki, you decided to have a baby. Nobody told you to have a baby, okay? If you couldn't afford to have a kid, you shouldn't have one. Especially because you didn't have to have a child. Like, you intentionally brought a child into this world, which that's neither here nor there. So she was saying also, you don't have to have a degree in art. Yeah, but you actually have to know how to do art. Like, that's kind of a problem. But I digress. She's asking, somebody, do you have any kids? How do you feed them? Like, simple. Working? Like, whatever. It's just, the whole thing is just crazy. She's saying trolling a mother on the internet. Girl, you unalived your mother. You talking about somebody trolling a mother? Girl, be so for real. And she was basically saying it would be more respectable, like, girl, to get a hobby, blah, 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 blah. Girl, you unalived your mom, monetized on unaliving your mom, and you're telling somebody else what respectable is? And she was like, I'm not harming anybody's mental health. You unalived your mom. You did enough, Buki. We don't need you to do anymore. It just makes you realize how out of touch she is and how much worse she really is getting. I do think right now there's something going on major. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you, but I guarantee you something major that she's trying to hide from the public. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if her and Ken are really struggling too, but something is going on with that baby. I don't know what it is. I can't put a finger on it, but something's not right. Something is not right. But we shall see. I need you guys to leave down in the comments, how do you feel and what do you think is going on?
Hi everybody, welcome to my new art page. So I am the artist behind Blown Beauty Art, and I'm excited to share with everybody my creations. I've loved to paint for a very long time, and I've just started getting back into it, and so I'm excited to share my creations with everyone. Art is something that I think resonates with a lot of people, because with abstract art, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I've never been one of those girls that colored inside the lines type of person. So I'm excited to make something special for everyone. It gives me peace and it kind of centers me. And so this started as a hobby. And now I love doing it. And I would love to create pieces for people, to bring them joy and happiness. I think that, in life we go through things that, sometimes are really hard. And so if we could find one thing that brings us peace and centers us inside our soul, then it's worth doing and sharing. And so I am more than happy to share my passion with you guys. And I hope you like it. So thank you guys. Bye.
Let's talk about TikTok's new famous PDF, okay? And the PDF supporter. She is riding for this man with no seatbelts on, okay? I mean, no brakes, nothing, just going 90 to nothing, riding for a PDF. Now, I'm not just saying this. This man pled guilty to 20 counts of child, you know what, 20 counts. He was originally charged with 40 counts and he pled guilty. Not he was found guilty, he pled guilty. As in, he said, Your Honor, I did it. Mm-hmm. And she's saying that's not the story. And I knew this before we got married. Sis, what? Yes. I don't even want to read the charges and the details because it's horrific. And the fact that anybody could be in this woman's comment section supporting this is straight up buffoonery. Baby, we have to stop supporting this. Kids are so precious. And it's becoming to a point where the things that people are saying and doing and acting as if it's okay and we should overlook it and we should turn a blind eye, we shouldn't. To take advantage of minors and for his wife to support that tells you everything you need to know about her. And ma'am, if you feel like what I'm saying is a problem, sue me. Because I saw you were making threats, but you're out here riding for a PDF saying that everybody will get sued. You got a lot of audacity. You got a lot of audacity. Because you know what? It's giving that you are about the same thing. I really feel like they need to seize your phones. They need to seize your laptop too. Birds of a feather flock together. And you're saying you knew this. And it's not like what everyone thinks. If that's the case, he wouldn't have pled guilty. Okay? Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. Work week is in full swing and the Zeta page is popping off. But one face that's missing, yup, Miss Rush Talk herself, Kylan Darnell. Last year, she was everywhere on their feed. Pink outfits, big smiles, all Zeta energy, and this year, not one feature on their official page. Well, everybody's wondering what's really going on. Now, I have seen speculations, but sometimes it's not that deep. Now, sure, there's been talks about the chapter drama, leadership changes, and even some actives dropping out. But here's the thing. Sometimes it's not that deep. Kylan already gets a massive amount of exposure on her own. We're talking about millions of views, brand deals, and her own following that rivals the full sorority account. She doesn't really need the boost, and Zeta might be focusing the spotlight on other members this year. It could be something that simple. It could be a brand strategy, it could be a rotation, and yeah, maybe a little PR control. But either way, she's one of the most visible Zetas, even without a single official post. So before we start the what happened conspiracy theories, remember, sometimes the biggest players don't need a highlight reel on TikTok or Instagram because they've already been highlighted on their own. So let's just wait and see. I hope everything's all good. I'm not necessarily her biggest fan, but I hope that everything's all good. And I hope Izzy gets wherever she wants to be and all the other girls that are rushing this year. Remember when the NFL basically told Shadur Sanders he is not that guy by letting him slide to 5th round? Yeah, fast forward to his preseason debut, and now the league is eating extra humble pie with extra whipped cream. Okay, baby? In his very first preseason game, this man went 14 for 23, threw 2 touchdowns, racked up 138 yards, and even scrambled for 19 like it was nothing. The Browns beat the Panthers 30-10, and Shadur was basically the conductor of the whole symphony. You can't tell me that's not music to your ears. And the best part, he did it calm, collected, like he had been on the league for years. No panic, no deer caught in headlights like a rookie energy, but just smooth execution. Yes, baby, that's what I'm talking about. This is the same guy Scout said had attitude issues and mechanical concerns. The same player analysts swore was not NFL ready. And what does Shadur do? He walks into his first NFL action and basically says, oh, you thought I was, what, Coach Prompson? Well, let me reintroduce myself. Popping collars. Yeah, Shadur said, let me show you. Now, even after the game, he gave himself a C+. Like, sir, if this is a C+, what's an A+? Because the fans might want to call in sick that week. Oh, and if you thought the receipts stopped on the field, wrong. Shadur called out the reporter to his face and said, you only say negative things about me. The man is literally holding the media accountable and torching the defense at the same damn time. This isn't about football anymore. It's about rewriting the narrative that people tried to stick on him before he even threw a pass in the NFL. So yeah, the NFL didn't want to believe the hype, but after this one preseason game, Shadur Sanders isn't just in the league. He's shaking the table, baby. And mark my words, if this is how he plays as a 5th round project, the Browns might have just pulled off the biggest steal of the draft. Stay tuned, because if Shadur gives himself a C+ performance like this, then what's an A+ version? He might make the league regret everything they've done. Child, the UA Pan Atlantic needs to cut this girl a check, because the way she has had the internet stay talking, and I'm not gonna lie, I was very excited to watch her rush. Just because I think that she is a true character, and I know her mom would say that, my mom would say that about me too. But I think she's gonna be very fun to watch. But the way the internet's been talking, I did see someone post a video saying that she was not on the list of PNMs, and they thought she wasn't Russian. Now, her mama did say she was Russian, so I wouldn't think her mom was going to make that up. But the way the internet has been like, oh, she's not Russian, her grades are not this. Listen, the way y'all talking, I'm telling you, some of y'all gonna get embarrassed by her, because her biggest flex is going to be whatever the outcome is. And because either way, whether she gets into a sorority or not, she doesn't have to be that girl. She's been that girl. Let's be honest, whether you like her or not, she's been that girl. She came into Rush or into Bama with more followers than even her sister had when she started Rush. I think Kylan had like 500 something thousand when I found her. This girl already almost has 1 million. So she's been that girl. Whether she gets into a sorority or not, Izzy's gonna do just fine. But I am very excited to see what happens. I am going to do another video on the PNMs I found. But because there was so much talks about her, I felt like I had to give her a video of her own. All right, y'all. This is the first PNM. Trisha. First of all, she's giving clean girl aesthetic. Look at the bed. Look at the picture frames. Look at the face. The outfit. I love this. It's so cute. But what I really love is the level of commitment on her phone case for Roll Tide. Okay? She's for real. She's like, baby, I committed to Alabama. And I can't wait to see where she ends up. All right, this is girly number 2. This is Mallory. First of all, I just really love her outfit. But I watched her video and she seems so outgoing and fun and bubbly. And she seems like the sweet girl that's always like, is everyone okay? She seems like that girl. She made her necklace. I was impressed by that. And she just looks so enthusiastic about rushing. So I hope every one of these girls get the house that they really want. This is Amelia and her dad, I think. I'm pretty sure it's her dad. Now, if you have not seen her page, you need to go look because she has a picture of her at game day when she was a little girl, all dressed up with her bow and everything, and her now. And I just thought it was the cutest thing in the world. And that was an immediate follow for me. So she's rushing. And this is what she has going on today. First of all, I love the embroidery. I love a girly that loves to embroider and have it tailored. So I'm all for it. First of all, the pillow. If that's not a girl after my very own heart. Girl, you're eating. Okay, so I believe this is Peyton. She is wearing a shirt that she got from a boutique in Paris. And I believe her skirt is either Free People or Lululemon. And I believe her friend's top is from Lululemon. The bottom is Free People. I had another picture where they were smiling, but it had the likes and stuff on it. So I can't use that. But I want you guys to see them. They look absolutely adorable. And they look so excited for Rush. And I feel like Peyton is going to be extremely fun to watch. I don't know, something about her that seemed really outgoing to me. But I think she's going to be very fun. And I feel like her friend is the life of the party. I feel like she was kind of trying to hide it, but I feel like her friend is the life of the party. All right, so this is Athena. Let's talk about these shades. Okay, girl, you can't be stunting that hard on the first day, okay? Like, that's, you stunting real, real hard. That, a slay. This is given, you're not picking me, I'm picking you. Okay, so whatever sorority she gets in, she picked them, they didn't pick her. Because she's like, no shade, I've arrived. Okay, so this is little Miss Tanisha. I hope I'm saying her name right. If it's not, girl, please correct me. She's wearing a Lily Pulitzer skirt. I believe she said her top is Free People. But I love her vibe. There's something about her that gives me that patient teacher vibe. And she seems so enthusiastic, but very calm. She's going to be fun to watch. I'm very interested to see where she goes. Very interested. I don't know what it is, but it's something about her that has me wondering like, But I'm excited to watch her. I want to tell you her name is Ads. I'm thinking Addison, but I saw her on my FYP and the skirt was an immediate yes for me. I just love the print. I love her necklace. First of all, girl, your lashes are eating. What mascara is that? This was not her OOTD. She was kind of just breaking down what convocation was today. But because of her skirt, I said, I'm going to have to add this to the video. I heard through the grapevines, we might not see a whole lot of PNMs posting after today because a lot of these houses are going to tell them to stop posting because of all the drama that content creators are causing. Listen, these girls are freshly out of high school or maybe their first year of college, and we need to do better because a lot of them are, just being away from their parents and kind of trying to find their way. And it's their first year, and you guys gotta chill. If you don't have anything supportive to say about them during Rush, just don't post. Because I seen a creator yesterday trying to kick up dust between some of the sorority girls. Like, it's kind of crazy. They're grown people, specifically a grown man trying to create chaos. For what? For views? So you could make what, $70 on a video? Chill the hell out. Let these girls enjoy rushing because there's so much chaos going on in the world that they need to enjoy this. They need to have fun, and it shouldn't be adults on here trolling them. Whether you like them or not, let them enjoy this. Also, I notice a lot of adults bringing up these teenage girls' past where they might have done something or said something that we don't approve of, and we feel the need to keep bringing it up. I want you guys to remember these are teenage girls. We have all said things and done things that we've regretted later on, and we learn and we grow from them. And we can only hope the same. Rehashing the same stuff over and over again, let it go. Get like Elsa and let it go. To all the PNMs watching this or get a chance to see this video, I hope you guys have the best week and enjoy every minute of it, and just know you're a rock star no matter whether you get a house or not. All right, so this is Izzy Darnell. Her mom actually left this comment in my post from yesterday. And the reason why I'm making this video with her specifically in it is not to do a separate video of her because she's any more special than any other girl rushing this season, but specifically because her grades have been in question this whole time, when I don't think that's any of the social media's business, to be honest with you. But it's been a big thing, and it's constantly in comments. People are making snarky videos and just unnecessary. And her mom shouldn't have to get into anybody's comments to show pictures of her getting awards or the fact that her grades are good. Like, that's kind of a problem. And if you don't see that as a problem, I don't know. Like, I would never dig on an 18-year-old's grades. Now, granted, I did pretty good in the tail end of high school, but prior to that, I was not the best student. High school is not the easiest, and for you to get into college is a big accomplishment, and I think that alone should be appreciated. Like, high school is very hard, and the fact that her mom has to get in the comments and be PR for the fact that people are being outrageous when it comes to an 18-year-old going to college. This is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be us scrutinizing the hell out of them. Like, it just, yeah, nah. Like, they're not in a sorority doing anything crazy. They're rushing to get in a sorority. And she said in her video this morning that she was nervous, and she didn't know why. Probably because of all the damn trolls on here. Anyway, this is her OOTD. This is such a cute outfit. I think she looks amazing, but she always does. And I feel like she needs to be featured. But also, I really want to say this too. I notice a lot of people in the comments section bringing up her past. Look, we have all said things that we would not want to be brought up now. And anybody that says that that's not true is a liar. I have said some really reckless stuff in high school, hell, even college, even my early 20s. And I'm not disregarding anything. What I'm saying is allow college students or her going into college for her to move on, okay? And give her a chance to do better. There's no need to constantly rehash that stuff when she was like, what, 15, 16? Come on. We need to do better. And that's part of the issue right now is there's so much division in this world. And these aren't criminals. These are girls rushing. Like, treat them as such. And I just felt the need to really say that because when I saw her mama comment in the comment section, I really was like, damn, her mom shouldn't feel the need to have to prove that. Like, it's not any of her business. Like, I just think that's kind of crazy. Um, it's not, I don't know. I didn't like it. And I'm not the biggest fan of the Darnells. I just still feel like it shouldn't be that, if that makes sense to any of y'all. But I just felt the need to say that. And happy Rush to everybody. I'm here watching everybody.
The reason why I tend to not argue with men and go back and forth with them is because I am a firm believer that probably more than half of them have an undiagnosed learning disability, or some type of intellectual disability that went unnoticed, that went undiagnosed. Like, honestly, for a lot of these men, they're not committed to misunderstanding you. They really don't understand you. They really do not understand what you're trying to explain to them, what you're trying, no matter how much you even like dumb something down, they literally still will not get it. And that's the reason why even in the comments, I don't go back and forth with these men in the comments. I don't try to explain shit to them. I don't try to send them proof of anything. I don't do any of that. I'm not going to hold myself responsible because you didn't go see somebody for your learning disability that you have, because a lot of these men have a learning disability. What really highlighted this for me was the one time that I decided to work around a bunch of men when I worked in roofing sales, and that was short-lived because the lack of organizational skills, them making things 10 times harder than how it had to be, and their lack of like cognitive understanding of how to break things down into a systematic way in order for it to make sense. That was when I really realized like they're really not all that bright. And when you understand that and you accept that, it's so freeing. You don't even waste your time arguing or trying to explain yourself, because I'm just always going to cop it up to like, they're just something, they're not there all the way. And the thing about it is that the signs will be there when these boys are in school. I mean, the signs will fucking be there when they're in school and they're not doing well in school. That's the reason why they're saying, oh, women are leaving men behind. No, a lot of y'all just intellectually have a disability. And so it's a struggle for you to be able to stay focused to do schoolwork. It's a struggle for you to be able to sit and be able to read a book. Intellectually is just something is kind of off, and they're not there all the way. And I think it's important for women to understand that, because what is the point of you frustrating yourself and getting yourself all stressed out over someone that just doesn't have the capability? Because men literally think that I am like an intellectual scholar. They think that I'm like the smartest fucking person in the world. I'm not going to go that far, but you get what I'm saying. Like, a lot of men will avoid trying to debate me because they understand that they're not able to have an argument what it is that I'm saying. Because like a lot of the time men will just disagree with you. A really easy way to tell that a man is not intellectually there is go on a video where there's a lot of men commenting. If a man cannot correct what you're saying with proof, with fact, intellectually he's not there. Because that's how a lot of men respond to things that they don't agree with, even when it's rooted in fact of what you said. I literally could sit here and say that statistically, women that are single and child-free rate themselves to be the happiest. And then a man will sit here and say, no, that's not right. And it's like, okay, well then give me the actual statistic that proves otherwise. Give me the proof, since I've been misinformed. Tell me what the correct answer actually is. Very rarely is a man going to give you the correct answer. He's just going to disagree with you. That's acting out of emotion. Any person that when you give them a fact and they just want to say no, intellectually something's not there. Okay? You have to give me proof as to why what I am saying is incorrect. This is the reason why a lot of men want women to be submissive. A lot of men want women to be submissive because men don't want to have to challenge the fact that they have a fucking learning disability. Honestly, that's why they want women to submit. If you're just submitting and agreeing with what a man says, he's never going to have to ever be in a predicament where he's showing you that he's really not all that smart. He's really not all that bright. So they're just depending on you to be submissive and not question anything. That way, it won't be obvious that he has a learning disability and that mentally and cognitively, he is not all there. He is not in a position for him to be able to make decisions and for him to actually lead. No. When people are constantly having to tell you that men are leaders, that should tell you that they're not leaders, because where's the proof that they're leading women on an individual basis? They will take all the accomplishments of men in the world, but on an individual basis, if you were to take every man and give every woman to a man, how is he going to be able to lead the both of them? Instead of taking the accomplishments of other men's achievements. They never can do that. They never can do it on an individual basis. They're always going to fall back to the 1% of men that have made achievements that have benefited the world. You can't take credit for what other people have done for you and then try to say that, oh, because they did it, I'm going to be able to do it. No. If you don't have the proof that you can lead, I just can't assume that because Steve Jobs created the iPhone that you're going to be able to do the same exact thing or something up to par with that thing just because you only commonality between you all are men. No. Any man that says I want a woman to submit to me, in my opinion, it means he's cognitively delayed. He doesn't want to be in a position where you have an idea and you have him question, okay, does my idea even make sense? Is her idea a little bit better? Is what she's saying, is that actually making a little bit more sense than what it is that I'm telling her? For me, that's always going to be a clear sign that he probably has something that's undiagnosed and he's just not aware of the fact that he has some type of mental and cognitive impairment. This is why male talking points tend to be very repetitive. For centuries, cat lady, spinster, they've been using the same talking points for century after century because they don't have any other talking points. And the thing about it is that these men aren't even really good at manipulating. It's just you're not believing the fact that they really aren't that bright. Like, it really is that simple. You will realize how the playbook of manipulation is the same, like 5 different manipulation tactics. It's just the 5 different ones that you share. When you have this thinking process that men are so unique and they're so different and they all are just coming up and scheming in all these unique different ways, you're going to think that they're actually a lot brighter than what they really are. When in reality, it's about 5 major things that you have to look out for, 5 major tactics that they're going to use to manipulate you. Once you know those 5, you pretty much know them all because they're all using the same exact playbook. They all have the same exact talking points. They're very predictable. People in general are predictable regardless of gender, but you will catch on a lot quicker to what men are doing to you in the games that they're playing once you realize that intellectually they're just not all there. Okay, so they have to rely on some type of book. They have to rely on some type of rule or code for them to follow because they can't come up with that shit on their own. Someone's just telling them to do that because it worked for them. Hence why they like the manosphere content so much, because the manosphere content is nothing but a rule book of what men should and should not do, even if it's not giving them the results that they want. Because very rarely is that what's happening. Very rarely are these men going into these watching this manosphere content and then it's actually giving them the result that they want. No, it's just someone telling them how to think because they don't have the cognitive ability to be able to think for themselves. And so they're just like, oh, well, this man is telling me what to do, and because he's a man, it must be right. And then these men are still like, oh, well, now I have all the 666 and now I still can't get a woman. Yeah, because you pretty much curated yourself to be attractive to another man. You didn't make yourself be attractive to a woman. If you intellectually knew what the fuck was going on, you would have been able to clock that already. Men are the ones saying that women care about that, when in reality, proof is showing you that women really don't care about that. Women just care about having a man most of the time. They will take a broke man or a short man, but this is how men are just so easily impressionable because they know, the powers that be know that men are not there.
Y'all, this is my second video for today because Miss Peyton didn't post earlier, and I wanted to make sure that I got her in my videos today. Look, her rush bag, the scarf, the top, the bottom, her hair. These curls are eating down, girl. How are you getting your curls this perfect? And look at friend's skirt. This skirt is so cute. I think she said she got it from Golden Goose, but I love these. My daughter is 11 and she loves these skirts too. And I love your top. Girl, we have the same Stanley cup, the Love Shack fancy one. I'm obsessed with that cup. I actually gifted it to a couple of people this Christmas. So this is another one that I saw yesterday, but I saw her videos too late to add her to my videos, so I'm definitely making sure I add her today. Look at her little ensemble. Okay, girl. I love this dress. I love the red and the white. Eating. And your bag, your rush bag is doing it. I love the fact that you all are putting little scarves or ribbons on it. It just adds a extra little personal touch to it, and I'm living for that. Miss Thing, the pink top. Eating. Your lipstick is so pretty. That was one of the first things I noticed. I love how pretty your lipstick is. Your nails, girl, your hair. The fact that y'all are able to maintain these curls and this hairstyle during Bama Rush, whatever y'all are using to hold them curls, add your little TikTok shop and let everybody know, because yeah, I live in Texas and we all want to know. Another one with hair eating down. Your hair is gorgeous. Your top, I love the blue. It looks really, really good on you. And your skirt, y'all are eating, okay? I am so excited to see your sisterhood dresses because I just know the way y'all are eating already. Like, don't hurt us now. Now, y'all, you cannot tell me this skirt is not a whole sleigh. The silver, the style of the skirt, it's just so cute. Your Golden Goose matching silver, girl. And your dorm tour, don't hurt them now, girl. It's just the first week. You ain't gotta flex on us that hard. Girl, I love the skirt so much, and I thought to myself, if I had that skirt, it would look like I had a scrunchie around my waist. Like, it is so cute. I love it. I am here for it. Girl, this color is so vibrant. Your necklace, your shades, the whole ensemble, girl. It's chef's kiss. Super cute. Super cute. Y'all, let's start off with her skin, because her skin is skinning that glow from within. Your hair, eating. The pink romper, eating. Girl, y'all slay so hard this year. It's just, I'm telling you, I'm waiting to see these dresses, because if this is what y'all doing now, I'm here for it. Y'all, this is Chloe. Look at Chloe. Look at her eating down. First of all, the hair, I keep saying this, but I am telling you, because I live in Texas, I know to keep these curls. You're doing it. But her whole outfit's super cute. I love her sneakers. I love them. They're so cute. And your bedding, girl, I didn't see the dorm tour, but I'm gonna have to look. Before I speak about your outfit and your gorgeous pearl earrings, let's talk about this background. Aesthetically, top tier. But let's talk about this dress, because this dress is super cute. Your hair, your dress, your bracelets. Girl, I'm loving this. You look so cute. I hope you guys have a really, really great day, but this is the girls I found for today. And some of these ladies I saw yesterday, but I didn't see them post earlier, so now I'm adding them to my second video. I do want to show you guys some of the sorority girls that are rushing this year, that I love what they have on, and I love their vibes this year again. So I think I'll do a video about that in a little bit. Okay, so the internet is losing their mind over some wild claims involving Rasheeda and Kirk's family, and it all started with the tragic death of an Atlanta rapper named T Hood. The rumors? People online are saying T Hood was romantically involved with Kelsey Frost, which is Kirk's daughter. And after some kind of dispute, they allegedly, well, after she had some sort of dispute with her boyfriend, allegedly she called her brothers, who then reportedly confronted him. And that confrontation, well, some are saying it ended up fatal. Now, here's the part where the internet went full detective mode, because word on the street is the brothers are hiding and the family's staying quiet. But this is very important. Gwinnett County Police haven't confirmed any of this yet. There's no active cases they're talking about publicly. And right now, all of these details are coming from gossip blogs and not any official news reports. Meanwhile, Love and Hip Hop fans are split. Half think this could be a real life mess, and the show loves to pretend that they're above this type of chaos. And others are thinking now this is a storyline that is being cooked up for the cameras. I don't know about that. So what's the truth? Either Kirk and Rasheeda are in the middle of a real life family crisis, or we're just watching the most chaotic season ever to be pitched to reality TV. Either way, y'all, my eyes are glued. Receipts are being saved, and this storyline allegedly is not going away anytime soon. So stay seated, stay ready, because the tea never stops pouring.